First day, and I got the bike apart. You can see I'm putting in this is the bracket for the back seat or the backrest. It's actually a fairly simple install. These are actually, there's a post right here and it's actually already there. You just take the bolts off and then choose your size, and then it's got a forward bracket that you do have to put on and mount. That was the most difficult part of it. Tighten everything down and torque it up and you're good to go. Next thing I'm putting on are the fillers, and they look pretty good. It's these guys here. Put the flashers on. Be seen a little bit more. So one of the difficulties I'm having is relatively easy to install. It's really these two screws right here. Take off the saddlebag. There's these two screws right here, two bolts and screw, nuts. And you put this piece in here, and that's your light. The only thing I don't like is that it's a sticker up here, so if the adhesive fails, it'll start flapping. So you can see screw here, looks really good. That went in just fine. When I go to the other side, I had this one on. This one is too short. And when I was doing the other side, they looked normal, but right away when I took this one off, I could tell that this was short. I don't know what to do. Once you put this plastic bracket back on, there aren't enough threads here to even grab the bolt. So, not sure what to do there. And then you just, it comes with a wiring harness, so you just plug it in back here. It's just a pass-through connector, and then feed it through. And it does not come with zip ties. It says route the wire. It doesn't come with anything. And unless you've got some zip ties lying around, it's not going to work out too well. So I got to go downstairs and see what I can find for zip ties. Anyways, I think it looks pretty good. The other thing you have to put on are the highway pegs. Actually, it's supposed to be fairly simple, and they are, except getting the highway peg to go in here with this spring washer in is proving to be difficult. And lastly, I put in this windshield. Windshield in these bags here. Took about 5 minutes to put on. It was pretty straightforward. Pretty easy to do. Once I get this all zip tied and I figure out what I'm going to do with this bolt situation, I will put everything back on.
3 days later.
Advisory is in effect for part of the evening due to breezy south winds and high waves.
See, it's just much more visible than what it was before, which is what I was going for, a little bit of safety. The wife always buys into the whole safety side of things, so that's great. I do have the highway pegs on now. They're a little bit tough to get on, a little bit tight, but they went on finally and look pretty good. They're the same exact, the very exact pegs that I had on my previous bike. I probably could have taken them off that bike, but I kind of wanted new ones because the other ones were getting a little old. And here's the backrest. Works out pretty well. Looks pretty good. Good location. And then of course I use an Airhawk seat pad, which if you don't have one of those things are pretty awesome. Talked about it before. I had these bags put on, or I put them on. Well, first of all, here's the wind splitter, and the bags I'm kind of concerned about. I asked the guys at the shop and they said no, it doesn't interfere with the vent at all, but the vent is, I don't know if you can tell, but there's very little room there. And when you look at the picture in the catalog, this is much higher up and has a much larger space in there. but when you install it, there's no space there. The guys at the dealership says it's not a problem. To me, it just doesn't seem right. Seems like the laminar airflow just isn't going to work. I'd like to hear some comments on what you guys think about that. Anyways, the bike looks really good. I have a few more things I want to put on, but I do have everything on that I bought at the time of the purchase of the bike. So when you purchase the bike and you buy your add-ons, I got a 15% discount right away, which was nice. So it's always good to buy the accessories you think you're going to get at the time. Well, I also wanted to show you guys what I did with the backlight here. Here's the bolt I had to replace. I actually missed the slimy crud run because of this whole thing. I don't know why I did it, but I decided to try and put these on the night before the slimy crud run on Sunday. Today's Tuesday, but what happened is this bolt was either too short or there just weren't any threads on the beginning part of the bolt. So I went to Ace Hardware and purchased a washer and a 5/16 stainless steel 1 inch, 1 1/4 bolt, and 5 minutes later I had it repaired. Problem is I had to wait for it to open, and by all that time was done, Ace Hardware, you know, basically I missed their crud run for this. But anyways, it's working great. It just doesn't look like it matches. So eventually I have to go back to the dealer and get that repaired. Or hopefully they'll just give me a bolt and I can just do it. It'll just take a couple minutes to do. That'd be better than trying to schedule something and have them try and do it. Anyways, I want to show that to you guys, show you what I ended up with. My dilemma was, because this is a sticker up here on the back side of that, if I were to tear this off, it would have damaged the sticker, which means you wouldn't be able to put it back on, which means I'd have to take these back to the dealer and have them replaced or get some type of other decal type thing. Then I could have made it to the crud run, but then I would have had to deal with the dealer with returning the lights and all that. So I opted to just, okay, I'll just wait till the next day. I went to the store, bought a bolt, and that worked out really well. It took 5 minutes to change it out, and I was on the road. But, you know, it is what it is. So thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.